So we have another problem, that is average selling price. So we have two tables here, price table and unit sold table. In the price table we have 4 columns: product ID, start date, end date and price. And in the unit sold table we have 3 columns: product ID, purchase date and unit sold. Okay, so write a solution to find the average selling price for each product, and the average price should be rounded to 2 decimal places. Return the result table in any order. Okay, so we have the prices table, which has the product ID and the price from the start date till the end date. Okay, and we have the unit sold table, in which we have the product ID and the units sold during the purchase date. So let's say if we have purchase date 2019-25, which comes after 2019-17 for product ID 1, but before 2019-28. During this time the price was 5. So 100 units were sold, so the revenue will be 100 into 5, that is 500. And for the product ID 1, the purchase date is 2019-31. It comes after the end date this, but it is equal to start date 2019-31. During this time the price is 20, so the units sold will be 15 and the revenue will be 15 into 20. So the prices are different for different purchase dates. So we need to make sure to handle this case by connecting these tables using the purchase date, which must be equal or after the start date, and also it must be equal but before the end date, along with the product ID, which is common in both the tables. So let's write the solution here. One more thing is here present. I think in the price table there are prices along with start date and end date. There is a possibility that a product ID is listed here which is not listed in the unit sold table. Okay, so we need to handle this edge case also. So what we can do, we can simply left join the tables, the price table, and with the left join we will get all the product IDs from the prices table. It doesn't matter if it is present in the unit sold table or not, but it matters if we get all the product IDs from the prices table, because we need to get the average price for all the products sold or not sold, doesn't matter, but we need to get the average price of each product. Okay, so let's start by we will select the data later. First we will select the columns, tables. Select from prices PSP, aliasing SP, left join units sold as you on p dot product ID is common in both the tables. So p dot product ID equals to u dot product ID. And as I have mentioned earlier, we need to make sure we take care of two conditions also, which is purchase date must be equivalent after the start date and purchase date must be equivalent before the end date. So we will write two more conditions here, that is p dot u dot purchase date must be before. Okay, it is wrong. It must dot u dot purchase date must be greater and equal to, that is the purchase date must be after or equal to the start date. So here will be p dot start date, and one more condition, that is u dot purchase date must before or equal to the end date. Okay, so p dot end date. So let's see if all the connections are okay. P dot product ID equal to u dot product ID, and u dot purchase date is greater or equal to start date, and u dot purchase date is smaller and equal to p dot and grade. Okay, so what we need to find here, we simply need to fetch the product ID, the price, and the units sold. So the product ID and price is in the price table, so we can select p dot product ID comma p dot price. With this we will get the product ID and the price of the products from the prices table and the units sold from the units table. U dot units from the units sold table. So with this we will get the product ID, the price of the product, and the number of units sold of that product. So let's see if it is working now. Okay, so we have an issue, that is okay, so we have not written join here, left to join units sold as U. Okay, so we are getting the product ID, the price, and the units. So we will get the revenue by multiplying the price with the units, and we will simply divide the revenue by the total number of units sold. So let's aggregate it on the basis of the product ID by using the group by clause. Group by p dot product ID, and what we will do here, we will simply sum the revenue, and the revenue is nothing but the product of price and units. And after summing the revenue, we will simply divide the sum of units sold, that is u dot units, and we will alias this column as the average price, which is the required column in the output. So we are getting the product ID and the average price, which is the sum of price and sum of the product of price and units, and the sum of total number of units. So let's see if we are getting the right answer or not. Okay, so the rounding is not here, present here. We need to round the data up to 2 decimal places. So we can use the round function here, round comma 2. With this function, we can round our data up to 2 decimal places for the average price column. Okay, so we are getting the correct answer now. Let's submit it. I hope it gets submitted now. Wrong answer. Okay, so we have this row 3, which is not present in the units sold table, due to which we are getting average price of null, because price is 30 but units sold will be null here, so we will get null data. To handle this issue, we will simply do one more thing. We can either use the nullif function or the coalesce function. So let's use the coalesce function. What it will do, it will replace the null values or any values with the given parameter, that is let's say I have written here 0, so it will replace all the null values with 0. So let's see if it is working or not. Yeah, it is submitted. Okay, so we have used the coalesce function here to replace all the null values, and our solution is submitted now.